Hello, this is Dan, and we are playing Dark Souls 2. This is Crown of the Ivory King. I've already beaten this boss. I think it's the final boss, or supposed to be the final boss of the area, of the entire DLC. So spoiler alert, I'm going to be going back into the boss arena. And I believe this is a unique area of the game. Where these guys, these are charred Lois Knights, I believe. And they drop an item, besides their armor, they drop an item called Lois Souls, which are used to get items from the voice. I'll show you that later. So my main weapon is the puzzling sword. I was using the claymore earlier, but I switched to the puzzling sword. This is a dexterity build, and the puzzling sword does a good amount of damage and also does stun locks, which you will see as soon as I start hitting these guys. That didn't stun them, but usually 2 hits will stun. And that's what you need to do with these guys, because they attack pretty relentlessly, and there's nowhere to hide. There's no little columns to cheese these guys around. There's a wide open area, and these guys just keep spawning infinitely, I think. I only came here for a little while. You can leave at any time, either by using a bone or the feather, or by just going to that column of light that is near where you came in. So I'm getting hit a bit. Right here I had to retreat, because I was getting cornered, but I broke lock on and got away. A lot of this fight I found was well, the critical thing was camera control and just knowing the battlefield, and also I trade a lot of hits. I probably don't need to be trading as many hits as I am, but this fight is a bit of a slog, so trading's not the worst thing in the world, as long as you're not breaking equipment, because that could be expensive. But when these guys die, they drop a good amount of souls. I forget how many, but we can check as soon as one of them goes down. I believe one of them will be going down shortly. He's stunned, but I had to trade to get that extra little damage and heal a little bit. This is a very unfair fight that they put you into, especially when you have to come alone. A channel that I watch about Souls content, a German spy. He's complained a lot about Dark Souls 2. He's a Souls purist. Just like a lot of the issues are the tough fights are just basically more enemies, more copies of enemies, and I would say he probably would hate this fight. I thought it was pretty okay. Here I accidentally put the lightning on my blade, which was a mistake and got me hit a little bit, but you're about to see some of the damage that this does with the lightning resin on it. At level 166, this is some pretty righteous damage on this guy right here. That's some real damage right there. Unfortunately, I did get hit by a fireball, so I healed up. I had 2 summons when I finally beat the boss, so that was a lot easier. It was 2 good players. This is just like a ridiculous fight. These guys spawn so much. Right now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys that I'm fighting, and this is how the initial fight is. And then after you defeat like all of the initial wave of guys, then they just start spawning more of these guys, but then there's also a bigger boss who can like jump across the screen and attack you from out of nowhere. It's a ridiculous fight. I actually prefer coming down here and hanging out with these charred knights. And see there, I got a drop, so I'm gonna go run and get that. That's what I'm here for, to grab these Lois Souls. I think when you get more paths open up, and I was given some armor for having 5 of them, because by the time I defeated the boss, I had collected a total of 5. So my resin ran out there, but I got another guy. Okay, so yeah, 2,400 souls for each guy, which is pretty good. But these pyromancer dudes are the most annoying guys for me. They got the shields, so you can't just like pick them off from afar. And they keep their distance usually. Sometimes they'll run up to you and try to cast Combustion on you, which is the short range area of effect. This guy just got out of place. He was unlucky. So Puzzling Sword took care of him. So I took out the bow here to try and see if I could get some extra damage, but they, like I said, they have those shields, and my Hunter's Black Bow is only doing 11 damage when they have it up. So right there I accidentally attacked with my Claymore. I thought it would be okay. I should have gone with strong attacks, because I'm wearing the ring that gives you extra damage on poking, because the two-handed L1s, that is what I'm doing right there, the two-handed R1s rather, the weak attacks are really awesome stabs with this weapon. I believe it shares that moveset with or part of its moveset with the short sword, which I really like. The first video that I made with Dark Souls was how to get dual rapiers really quick with power stance, and the starting weapon for that build was just a short sword, and I used that attack a lot. And it's really nice to see that it still is viable. It's a viable way to get through basically end game level content. So a little bit more about the build. I'm wearing this upgraded Throne Watcher armor. It's got really good magic defense, I noticed. So I went with that. I forget what legs I'm wearing. I think I'm wearing like Wanderer legs. But the only other significant piece of armor that I'm wearing is the Lois gauntlets. I think they look really radical with Throne Watcher set, and maybe at some point you'll be able to see them pretty well. I just think they look really cool. But my headpiece is the Prisoner's head because it's light and it gives you extra item discovery. It's not upgraded. I'm not wearing the Golden Serpent's Ring to stack item discovery right now, but in future runs of this, I probably will, because I only got a handful of drops. So hopefully stacking the Prisoner's headpiece and the Golden Serpent Ring +1 will help me get more drops of the Lois Souls. See, right there, I staggered him before he was able to hit me, so that's why I think that the strategy with this puzzling stone sword works really well. But yeah, the armor, I was really surprised. I had never tried it out. I took a look at it, and it kind of fit into the build perfectly, and it looks really badass along with those Lois gauntlets. So as far as the Lois equipment goes, right before I fell down this hole, you might have noticed there was a dude just hanging out on the left side of the portal, and he actually joins you on the fight. It's an NPC, Lois Knight. Looks a lot like these guys, but silver. These guys are the charred versions of the Lois Knight. So those gauntlets I have are the non-charred versions that I got by giving Lois souls to, I forget her name, but she's the sister, the daughter of Manus in this DLC. Each DLC, there's a daughter of Manus who you interact with in one way or another. In the first one, she was a boss. In the second one, her soul was scattered about in these idols, and each idol would do weird things like curse you or cast dark pyromancies. And you would collect fragments of her soul. And in this DLC, she's a force. It seems benevolent. So it's an interesting story. I don't remember exactly what it is, and I'm just playing through fun. And with Dark Souls, I usually look at or consider the story on subsequent playthroughs. I just find that, like with Souls games, that just seems to work for me because the action's so good. And I just like to focus on that with my first playthroughs of different areas and new content, things like that. Whoops. Aw, yeah, hella drops. Lois Soul. Hey, what's up? So this place, while not completely unique, in Dark Souls 2 is fairly rare, where it seems like these guys are infinite, and the only other place I can think of where you can get infinite spawns is in the Undead Crypt with, I believe it's Lydia sorceresses and zombies. So it's an interesting spot, definitely a bit more challenging than the Undead Crypt, but it definitely seems to be fairly lucrative on the farm scale, so I can get all the armor I want, in addition to all the stones that I need to upgrade it, blah blah blah. This is the spiral. This is the vortex that Dark Souls 2 puts you into, beginning with its opening cinematic. I've been enjoying the ride so far, but as you can see here, in a moment, another guy will spawn out of one of these portals, and I'll be like, it's been fun, guys. I got a piece. So at any time, you can just run off over here or use a feather or a homeward bone. And we bid adieu to our pals, the Charred Loyce Knights. It's always a fun visit. Here's my character: 49 vigor, 50 endurance, 20 vitality, 4 attunement, 25 strength, 45 dexterity, 20 ADP, 3 intelligence, and 6 faith. It's Ophelia. So yeah, up there is where the sister is. That's like where her specter is. I know there's something up there. I just know it. And I need more Loyce souls to get up there, because I really want to find out what's behind this ice. What's up there?